Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. In today's video we're diving deep into two Australian 50-cent coins that many people overlook. The 1978 and 1980 Australian 50-cent pieces. At first glance they look like ordinary coins you might find in your pocket change, but certain varieties and high-grade examples can actually be worth big money. From rare minting errors to exceptional, uncirculated condition coins, these two dates have produced some surprising finds in the collector market, including coins that have sold for well above their face value. So if you've got a jar full of old Aussie coins at home, you'll definitely want to check them closely after this video. Get ready as we break down the values, explain what features to look for, and show you how these common 50-cent coins can become surprisingly valuable. Let's jump right into it. First up, if you have a 1978 Australian 50-cent coin in your hand right now, stop what you're doing. This tiny dodecagonal piece of copper nickel might be worth far more than its face value. In this video, we'll examine exactly what the 1978 50C is, how many were made, typical street and auction prices today, the rare error and proof, varieties that can fetch hundreds, sometimes thousands, and the step-by-step checklist to evaluate your coin. I'll also tell you the single simplest habit that helps coin collectors spot real value quickly. If you're new here, hit subscribe and the bell. I post deep coin dives every week with real market examples and grading walkthroughs to help you find the hidden gems in change. CTA plus intro energy. Let's start with what the 1978 50-cent actually is. It's the familiar 12-sided dodecagonal copper nickel 50-cent issued under Queen Elizabeth II second portrait reverse used in that series. The standard circulation coin from this era is 15.55 G and roughly 31.5 across, struck in copper nickel 75%, copper 25% nickel. The 1978 coin continued the post-decimal design tradition, which began in the late 1960s South and was intended for daily use, but like many circulating coins from the 1970s, large mintages coupled with later market interest have created distinct value tiers between typical circulated specimens and high-grade or proof examples. For a quick fact, the mintage for 1978 circulation strikes was about 25,765,000 pieces, plenty in absolute terms, but far fewer than many other denominations and years. When you look at collector demand and surviving mint state examples, when we talk coin value, we break it into tiers of circulated coins that show where from everyday use, be uncirculated or mint state, often abbreviated MS or UNCC, certified coins graded by third-party services, PCGS, NGC, where grade heavily affects price, and D special proof or error coins, which can command premiums far above the first three tiers. For the 1978 50C, the typical circulated examples are commonly worth only slightly above face value. Collectors and eBay listings frequently show bids in the low single-dollar range for average worn examples. Uncirculated or choice boo examples push into the tens of dollars, and certified MS63, MS65 examples are often seen selling from roughly $40, $60, depending on market and listing. Platform proof examples and deep cameo proofs show higher still. I'll quote specific recent market snapshots later in the video so you can see real listings and realized prices. Okay, concrete numbers based on recent market listings and price guides. You'll commonly see circulated 1978 50C coins offered in the $1, $10 range, uncirculated or choice boo examples and raw coins in very high grade may cross the $30, $60 mark. Certified MS60 for MS65 pieces have been offered around $40, $75, depending on who's selling, and current demand proof examples from 1978, depending on their certification and whether they are deep cameo, can be higher proofs, often trade in the tens to low hundreds for the very best. But note, these are guides, not guarantees. Actual sale prices depend on timing, platform photos, and bearer interest. If you want the most up-to-date selling comps, check recent auction results and completed eBay sales for 1978 Australia 50C and filter by condition. Now the exciting bit: error coins. The 1978 50C is known to have produced a handful of striking errors that can turn a $0.50 piece into a collectible worth very substantial sums. One of the headline errors is the 1978 50-cent struck on a wrong planchette. Notably, some 50C designs were found struck on smaller 20C blankets. Those struck on 20C planchette misstrikes are very rare and are the type of error that attracts specialist collectors and dealers when authenticated. They can command significantly higher prices than normal circulation. Examples: importantly, some rare misstrikes and MIS blanchet pieces have been reported in news roundups and specialist auction houses with valuations that can range from a few hundred to much higher, depending on rarity and demand. Always get a suspected error piece checked by a reputable specialist before assuming value. So how do you tell if your 1978 50C is special? First, visually inspect the planchette size and thickness. A struck on wrong planchette coin will physically look smaller and lighter than a normal 50C and will usually have mismatched edge and relief. Check the rim or the design fields full. Look for doubling broad strikes, clipped blankets, or unusual insert marks. If you suspect an error, carefully document it with high resolution photos of reverse edge and full coin in scale, and contact a reputable dealer or reseller who specializes in Australian mint errors for grading. Unless you're experienced, avoid guessing an exact grade. Submit good candidates to a third-party grading service. BCGS and GC. Their opinion and holder greatly increases beer confidence. Proof should show mirror fields and sharply struck devices. Proof-like or deep cameo appearance is also a premium attribute. If you're thinking of selling, know your options and avoid common mistakes. Selling locally to a coin shop often gives fastest cash but lower price. B. Selling online via marketplaces like eBay can reach collectors worldwide but requires strong photos, accurate descriptions, and shipping care. See auction houses or specialist numismatic sales achieve top results for rare error proof coins but charge commissions and have listing lead times. Beware of quick lowball offers. Many buyers skim listings and undervalue raw coins. If you have an ungraded coin and you think it might be mint state or an error, consider having it graded certified. The cost can be offset by a higher eventual sale price. Also, when listing, include provenance photos and any grading certification info. Transparency attracts better bids. Recent completed listings show the spread I described earlier, so price fairly and watch comparable lots. What drives the long-term collector demand for the 1978 50C? 3 things. 1. Population of surviving high-grade examples versus original mintage. 2. Interest in Australasian decimal coinage among global collectors. And 3. The excitement around well-documented errors. Even though millions were minted in 1978, high-grade untouched examples and certifiably rare errors are limited. That scarcity relative to demand supports steady prices for the better quality pieces. Also, the coin market trends with broader hobby interest when collectors focus on a particular series that raises demand. My recommendation: keep realistic expectations for common circulated pieces, but get excited when you find solid, unmarked, mint state coins or clear errors. Those are the ones that appreciate most. Let's walk through an inspection so you can do it at home. Place the coin on a neutral background. Use a loupe or macrolens and check obverse and reverse for hairlines, contact marks, and luster. Look at the portrait details of the queen, the coat of arms or reverse devices, and the fields. Proofs show mirrored fields, while circulation strikes will be satiny or have bag marks. Measure weight if you can. A genuine 1978 copper nickel 5 OC should be about 15.55 grams. A wrong planchette 20C misstrike will weigh noticeably less. Photograph under even light. Avoid direct glare. If you see odd planchette size or edge differences, that's a red flag. Good one to consult a specialist or send images to a grading service for pre-submission feedback. This step-by-step inspection helps you filter quickly and saves time before paying grading fees. Final checklist: 1. Is the coin circulated or uncirculated? 2. Any visible error: wrong planchette, double strike, clipped planchette. 3. Is there a proof-like finish or cameo contrast? 4. Do you have good photos and weight measurements? 5. Have you compared completed sales for the same condition? For a quick rule of thumb: average circulated 1978 50C small single dollar amounts, uncirculated choice, but tens of dollars certified high MS grades and proofs, dozens to low hundreds. Real error misstrikes can command substantially more depending on rarity and demand, sometimes reaching hundreds or more in specialist markets. If you like this deep dive, subscribe for more coin breakdowns. Drop a photo of your coin in the comments or link to a pinned photo upload, and I'll pick one to review on camera in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and remember, the best finds are the ones you don't expect when fishing in pocket change. Next up today, we're exploring the fascinating world of the 1980 Australian 50-cent coin. From its design and production to hidden varieties and current value, we'll cover everything you need to know. So grab your Loop Your Coin album. First, a little background on the coin itself. The Australian 50-cent coin was introduced in its 12-sided, dodecagonal, copper-nickel form in 1969, replacing the earlier round silver version. The 1980 version retains the standard design. On the obverse is the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, at that time designed by Arnold Machen, and on the reverse is the Australian coat of arms with the kangaroo and emu supporting the shield, designed by Stuart Devlin. The composition is 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 15.55 g and measuring about 31.65 millimeters across flats. Let's talk mintage and circulation. According to numismatic data, the 1980 50-cent coin catalog, KM number 68 for standard circulation, had a mintage of approximately 38,681,000 pieces. With such a large mintage, it is not inherently very rare, but as you'll see, condition and variant matter allotted served as a regular circulation coin. So many thousands were used in everyday transactions, meaning wear and damage are common among survivors. Now we move into varieties, and this is where things get interesting. For collectors, one of the known distinct varieties of this issue is the so-called double bar variety. On some 1979 and 1980 coins, there are two small parallel horizontal bars immediately behind the head of the emu on the reverse side, joining the head to the swirl of Mitchell grass. This apparently stems from an earlier design element or die feature that was later removed because of die weakness. Collectors, look out for this, because it's a way to differentiate and potentially gain value. Talking value for the standard 1980 50-cent coin in circulated condition, values are modest. For example, one price guide shows values in MS mint state grades beginning around AUD $8.90 at MS 63 up to around AUD $19.90 at MS 65. For the double bar variety, values in the same grade range might be higher. For MS 63, the estimate is about AUD $38.20. MS to 65 about AUD $75.90. So while the face value is just 50C, the collector value can be significantly higher depending on grade and variety. But what about error coins or special conditions? While the 1980 run isn't known for extremely dramatic mintage errors, unlike some other years, the presence of that double bar variety high grades and minimal wear can push value further. Some listings show coins selling for US $40 or more for circulated examples. Additionally, expert commentary suggests that rare defect lines or errors on 50-cent coins from the 1980 South could elevate value up to AUD $250 or more in exceptional cases. That said, always have coins graded by a reputable service if you believe you have a high-value piece. For viewers in Pakistan or abroad, including here in Lahore, a few tips when you inspect your coin. Examine the edges. Being 12-sided, check for consistent flats and crispness. Check the fields, the flat surfaces, for scratches, toning wear. Higher grade equals much more value. On the reverse, look for the double bar marks behind the emu's head if you suspect the variety. Keep the coin clean only if you know what you're doing. Cleaning improperly can reduce value. Instead, store in a proper coin flip or archival holder. Consider getting the coin certified by a grading service if you think it's MS 60 for MS 65 or higher. Now let's talk about subscription details. If you haven't already, click subscribe to this channel right now. If you enjoy rare coin content, we release weekly episodes exploring coins from around the world, including error coins, mint histories, and value guides. Turn on notifications so you won't miss our next coin spotlight. We'll be covering another Australian coin soon. If you found this video useful, hit the like button and share with your fellow coin collecting friends. Wrapping up, the 1980 Australian 50-cent coin is a solid find for any collector of Australian decimal currency. It may not have the extremely low mintage of some rarer issues, but its large surviving population means you can acquire one without a huge premium, especially in circulated condition. If you manage to find a high-grade piece with the double bar variety, you've got yourself something special. Always factor in condition, provenance, grading, and market demand when estimating value. Thanks for watching. If you like, leave a comment below telling us which coin you'd like us to review next, and maybe we'll cover it in an upcoming video. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you stay on top of all our numismatic deep dives. Until next time, happy collecting and may your coin hunts yield some treasures.